November 3rd, 2020. It's Tuesday. That's right. It's UFC prediction night. UFC Vegas 13. Thiago Santos versus Glover Teixeira. That's right. The old man's coming out. Hey, I think somebody's on a dog. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Before we do, let me hit it over to the co-host, the big brain of the group, the kind of the I was gonna say guru, but we got another guru on hand too, so you can't be the guru no more. We'll just call you the big brain. What's up, DFS by the numbers, Mr. Brady? How you doing this evening?
What's up? I'm doing pretty good. Just got back from the gym, ready to break down some fights here. Got first place on DraftKings last week. Shared it with 50 people, but still first place nonetheless. So hopefully get another first place this week. It should be a fun week. There was only 10 fights, but they actually just added a new fight. So we can't really talk about that, but it should be an interesting week here and hopefully win some money.
Oh, what is that fight that is added, sir?
I don't know. I saw it for November 7th this week, and I didn't recognize the new guy that they brought in.
All right. So let's just punch it in the mouth right off the bat. First things first, Brady. I'm glad you're okay, bro. I'm glad you're okay. If you didn't catch it, go catch the replay. Last Saturday, we had a night, UFC party like we always do. Brady comes in, made a big boy bet, and let's just say he paid up. Not gonna say what it was. You got to go check it out. But let's just say he was hammered, schmammered, letting his hair down. So you want to check that out? Go check the replay. Glad you got them young G's, because he said he woke up the next day feeling good, didn't you, Brady?
Felt great. Never better.
You son of a. But all right, boys. So this is a little DraftKings edition. We're gonna throw some UFC predictions in it. We're gonna pick the big brain. Before we do, all this is powered by Pub Sports Radio. That's right, baby. PSR. If you're not subscribed, please make sure to take the time, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because you never know when we're going to go live. Also, if you enjoy these type of predictions, these type of breakdowns, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. First fight on the card, Big Brady, we have Max Griffin versus Ramiz Brahimaj. What you think about it, Brady?
Yeah, this should be a really good first fight of the night. Watching tape on Brahimaj, he actually looks like an absolute beast. Like, this dude's takedowns are really good. Submissions are really good. He's finished all 8 of his wins by submission as well. The problem is the dude looks like a beast for only 1 round. After that 1 round, he slows down a ton, and that does worry me here a little bit against Max Griffin here, someone who has never been submitted. But I also looked through Max's record. He hasn't really fought any really good wrestler grapplers. Max Griffin 1-4 in his last 5 fights. Not all that impressed with the guy. And, I think if Brahimaj is going to win, it's probably going to have to be early in the first round. It's hard to see him winning a decision. And I can almost guarantee that Brahimaj does win that first round. It's just after that first round, he slows down a ton. But what I like about Brahimaj, although he does slow down, I saw him in the 3rd round of 2 different fights, 2 fights that he lost. He was still going out there and getting takedowns late into that 3rd round, so he can kind of keep pushing through it. But that cardio is a big concern. I like Brahimaj to win. I'm going to pick him here. I'm going to say he gets a submission here. His 9th submission win in 9 wins there, and I think he's going to be the first person to submit Max Griffin. Max Griffin actually did get submitted on the Ultimate Fighter, so it did not count on his record, but he got submitted in like 2012. But yeah, Brahimaj looks like a beast, so hopefully he gets him out of there early. I think 7,700 on DraftKings, a nice underdog play there. This card, there's some decent underdogs, but I think he has a lot of upside. As for Max Griffin, he's more of a decision guy. I think if he wins here, it's probably a decision as well. 8,600, I'm not overly interested. So I'm going with the dog here, and Ramiz Brahimaj.
Ooh, coming out the gate, dog heavy, huh? That's what I was going to say. So as far as DraftKings, we have Max Griffin coming in 8,600, Brahimaj coming in 7,700. Are either one of these kind of a slate breaker, you think? You think Brahimaj is going to be on the optimal lineup? You think he's going to win? He's coming in dog money 7,700. What do you think about as far as DraftKings?
Yeah, I think he could be on the optimal lineup, especially like he's a really dangerous finisher. All of his wins by submission. So I think if he does win, it's probably a submission. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at him especially in the first fight of the night, should be low on there.
Nice. And we'll hit that chat up. I got a little message from Shout out to Boston Nick. He said we had a little lagging on my end for a second, but I think they said it's better now. So appreciate the shout out, boys. Let's hit that chat up real quick. We had El Cabron in the building. We had UFC betting experience, Robot Chicken, Kevin Wallace, Billy Briz, Big Preston. He said he's alive at DFS. That's right. He was there to experience the controlled chaos. So big Boston Nick, appreciate you. Michael Miller. Shout out to the crew jumping in. Big Carlos, what's up, good brother? Let's see. Yeah, that's it right now. We got 20 people in here. If you could take the time to scroll down a little bit, hit that share link button, let everybody know we got the brain in here breaking these bad boys down. James Boone, we see you, brother. The Don, we see you. Next up, fight number 2, Darren Elkins, the damage versus Eduardo Garagorri. We got Elkins coming in 8,700. Garagorri coming in 7,500 on DraftKings. What you think about it, Brady?
Yeah, so it's really hard to trust Darren Elkins at this point of his career. I mean, 1-4 in his last 5 fights. I believe he's lost the last 4 as well. You could argue he won the fight, his last fight against Nate Landwehr. A lot of people did think he won. It was a close fight, but in this matchup, I think it's a great stylistic matchup for Darren Elkins. Watching tape on Garagorri, this dude's takedown defense is absolutely non-existent. He's been taken down 7 times in his 2 UFC fights, and he was taken down like 5 times by Bandonnet. I think he was taken down 2 times by Ramos and submitted shortly after there. And the game plan for Elkins here, the path to victory is written on the wall. Take Garagorri down. Don't stand with this guy. I actually thought Garagorri was a little bit of a scrub, but I went back and watched his tape. I mean, he's beat a lot of low-level competition, but his striking is pretty decent. He has a lot of power as well. And, you know, Darren, the damage Elkins, he has taken a lot of damage throughout his career, so maybe he could get knocked out here. I think at 8,700, I think Elkins is going to be lower owned, and I kind of like him in this matchup. I mean, just go out there and take Garagorri down and probably submit him. So I like Elkins a lot at 8,700. On the flip side, Garagorri at 7,500. If Elkins stands with Garagorri for a long period of time, maybe Garagorri can knock him out, but I'm really on the Elkins side here. I like him to win. Hopefully gets it done. 36 years old, lost his last 4. He's definitely due for a win here. If he does not get a win, this might be his last fight.
Yeah, we all know how Darren Elkins fights. He walks forward, they call him the damage for the reason. He's going to walk forward. He's going to take damage. He almost takes as much damage as he dishes out. He dishes out just a little bit more, but he's going to walk forward, try to hold people against the cage, chain grapple, drop levels, take people down. He averages over 2 takedowns per 15 minutes. It's can Garagorri stop the takedowns? His takedown defense is around 50%. So, he can stop some takedowns, but more likely he's going to be taken on the ground. And then it's like, can he knock Darren Elkins out? Yeah, he probably can, but more likely it's not going to happen. So I think Elkins is going to be the play here. But as far as DK, we have Elkins 8,700, Garagorri 7,500. Are either one of these a must plug in for you on either cash or GPP?
No, definitely not a must plug. But if you want to get a little bit different, I think Elkins is going to be a little bit lower owned. And I actually think there's some decent finish upside. And if you are looking for an underdog, Garagorri's fine. He has some power, decent finisher, and Elkins has taken a lot of damage. Maybe that catches up with him here.
Nice. I'm sitting here looking. Do you know what the straight up money line odds on this bad boys are?
Yeah, I think Elkins is like minus 230 something. Last time I checked, minus 230 something like that.
Okay, so yeah, you're definitely going to be paying. Scrolling through right now. Here we go. Right here. Boom. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this bad boy up. As I'm pulling them up, we'll go ahead and let you know about. Use code Sports on mybookie.ag for a 50% bonus on your deposit. Must be a minimum of $99. If you use Bitcoin, it's 100% match. We're pulling the lines up on MyBookie. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get to. Didn't really plan on bringing these bad boys up right here live. Okay, they're series lines. I was like, man, this ain't the fight I'm looking for. But it's because I'm a dumb McGee. But let's see. We got on this card, we got Elkins coming in a minus 235 and Garagorri a plus 195 on my bookie if you want to take the chance on Garagorri. Next up on the card, we have probably one of the most played people on DK, possibly, and maybe even somebody that you might throw in some parlays or something. I think people are going to love Alexandr Romanov coming in facing Marcos Rogerio de Lima. We got Romanov coming in 9,000 on DK. De Lima's coming in 7,200. What you think about this one, Brady?
Yeah, you're right. He probably is going to be the highest owned player on DraftKings, and he's definitely going to be my highest owned. I remember last time they were supposed to fight like a month and a half ago, something like that, 2 months ago. Romanov was actually priced at I think 8,300, something crazy like that. So there's a big price jump, and there's a big price jump in the odds as well. He's a huge favorite, but definitely a great parlay piece. And what I like about Romanov is, watching tape on him, the dude is a beast, and he was a beast on the regional scene. But I was a little skeptical with him coming in because a lot of the times these guys don't look, how they do on tape. But he went in there in his UFC debut, and he showed how good he is. He was going out there and picking up a 265-pound man, slamming him, and that's what he does. This dude's a beast, and I think this is an absolutely great stylistic matchup for him against Marcos Rogerio Lima, someone who has I think it's a 36% takedown defense. This dude's ground game is absolutely non-existent. He's been submitted 6 times. I think once Romanov takes him down, the fight is going to be over shortly after, hopefully after some ground and pound as well, and I'm going to have a ton of Romanov. He's definitely my favorite play. Almost debating locking him in 150 lineups. That's how confident I am. I just might. Does Lima have a shot? I guess it's just what I like about Romanov is he doesn't go out there and really mess around on the feet. He plays to his strength, and that's something I love about the guy. So I like him as a parlay piece. I like him on DraftKings. He's definitely going to be my highest owned player there.
Very nice. On mybookie.ag, we got Romanov coming in a minus 340 favorite, and the comeback on De Lima is plus 265. So if you think Lima has a crazy chance, maybe take that, but not your boy. It's Romanov all day for your boy. So let me go to the chat real quick. Guys, hey, I don't know what that is about. I have to check it out afterwards, but we're already rolling, so it's just gonna have to be is what it is. But my bad, guys. If it is, it's that Arkansas internet. You know what I'm saying? My bad. But we'll get at it. Let's see. We got Skywalker in the building. We appreciate you dropping in, Skywalker. Check Skywalker DFS out himself. He has a channel bringing you that killer content. Boss of Nick, of course, coming through. Big P knows what it's about with Romanov. I do. King Kong, son. Casual with balls. That's right. Coming down with that double fist smash. That's that King Kong. I'm all over King Kong. Next up on the fight card, we have Bevon Lewis or Bevon Lewis, however you want to say it. Coming in on DraftKings 8,200 versus Trevin Giles 8,000. So a nice little mid-range lineup pairing this week. What you think about it, Brady?
Yeah, this is probably the ugliest fight on the card from a betting perspective in general. This is not a fight you want to touch with your money here. Both guys you just cannot trust. As for DraftKings, you might need to play some of it, but Bevon Lewis isn't really a great DraftKings scorer. He kind of stalls on the cage quite a bit. And watching tape on Giles, he's actually really strong. He's able to dig his underhooks in reverse position, so I think he'll be fine there. As for picking a winner, I'm going to go with Trevin Giles here based off how I think he's the better fighter. Watching tape on Lewis, I wasn't all that impressed at all. The problem with Giles is it looks like he's on a decline in his career. He started off so good, getting finishes, the past couple fights. He hasn't been looking all that great, and it's weird to say he's on a decline because the dude's only 28 years old, and what I think it is he's taken his other profession a little bit more serious than fighting. It looks like he is a part-time police officer, and as we know, there's a lot going on in the world right now, so I think he's focusing more on that than fighting, honestly, and that's just what it looks like in the cage to me. And his last fight, he was supposed to fight Kevin Hall, and the dude passed out, a couple seconds before the fight, so I'm going to go with Giles. I think he's a better fighter. And I think if the winners, if both these guys win, or, which one wins. I think the guy that scores more would be the Giles side. Giles has finished 84% of his wins, 42% by submission, 42% by knockout. Bevon Lewis only a 43% KO rate. And I think if Giles can get him down, maybe he can find a submission, but I'm going to slightly lean Giles. Probably going to lean there in DraftKings as well, since he is 8,000. This is not a fight I want to have a ton of exposure to, though. Really ugly fight here.
Okay, so let me ask you, you're the tape study king. I'm sitting here looking at some stats right here, which this chart, this power grid that we're looking at right here, boys, is coming straight from the big brain himself. So shout out to Brady for the chart. It's got a lot of great stats. I'm looking at Trevin Giles. We got takedown average 1 point, basically 1.5 takedowns per 15 minutes. And then we had the takedown defense of Lewis is 100%. As far as the tape you watch, does Giles get about 1.5, or did he just have a really good performance against somebody and he doesn't really take advantage of that wrestling? And then on the flip side with Lewis, his survey is his pile of fights, like, is he getting taken down a lot, or is it just maybe one fighter shot 2 takedowns and he stuffed him?
Yeah, so as far as the Giles side, he doesn't really, go for a ton of takedowns, but I think he took Mearshart down a couple times, and as we know, Mearshart has no takedown defense. He actually welcomes the takedown. For the Lewis side, he's only had to defend 1 takedown in the UFC so far. So he fought Daquan Townsend, Darren Stewart, Uriah Hall. I think he defended 1 takedown of Darren Stewart, and that's about it for him. So I think that 100% is a little bit, misleading there. So maybe Giles could try to come out there and take him down, because he's a strong guy. His takedowns are decent. So it's going to be interesting here.
Yeah, I'm sitting here checking out mybookie.ag, and it's even on the money line. So it's basically, it's straight up pick 'em. As me, I haven't watched any tape this week. I will be later this week, because we will be live. Me and Brady both will be on Talking Hands with Big Jeff Slaughterhouse, the El Jefe around these parts. Shout out to you, boss. And Big P, shout out to you, Big P, the genius around these parts. So shout out to both them guys. They'll be on Talking Hands, and you never know who else is going to be. So I will have my tape study done by then, might have a little bit more to say about it. But as far as what I remember off the top of my head, I was real high on Lewis coming in. He trains with John Jones. He was supposed to be a prospect, but it's like he doesn't open up. He's tall, he's lanky, he's rangy. It seems like he should be a beast, but then he comes in, holds people against the cage, and he just doesn't open up. If Trevin Giles can come in being a little bit shorter of the fighter, he has nice overhands into transitions, drops down, level changes. If he can get some takedowns, have Bevon, steady working off his back, trying to get up, backing him up, I could see Giles winning a decision here. So my pick is going to be Giles as well. So shout out to the chat. I'll see y'all. If you enjoy this type of content and you're new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Me and Big Brain here, we come to you every single Tuesday with the UFC DraftKings edition. But you can see we're going to give you just, a deep dive into the whole thing. And also, starting tomorrow, special start time, you can catch Nikki and the boys coming at you, Contender Series debut, boys. So all you people watching out there and the people watching on the replay, make sure you're locked and loaded. Contender Series starts tomorrow, but following tomorrow, it'll be every Tuesday following this show. So we'll move this show an hour before that Contender Series, and then me and Brady will roll right into the Contender Series, and then we will meet Nikki and the MMA prediction guru. Shout out to you, guru. We'll be joining them, breaking down the Contender Series. And also, Guru just dropped a Contender Series breakdown. So if you haven't checked that out, after you check this out, be sure to slide over there and check that out. So next up on the fight card, we have Giga versus Jamie Simmons. Giga coming in 9,300, spicy on DK, versus Jamie Simmons coming in 6,900. What you think about it, Brady?
Yeah, this is very interesting, and I don't know why this is a fight. Like, Chikadze is like minus 500 right now, and rightfully so. Like, Jamie Simmons is someone who's 6-2. He has been finished twice as well in both of his losses, and it's just a matter of like, do you want to go up and pay 9,300 for a guy like Giga Chikadze? Chikadze in his 4 UFC wins, he scored only 73, 54, 76, and 73. So he really hasn't, broken out yet. But if he's to score good on a fight, this is definitely one to do it. Jamie Simmons, he's a really good wrestler. Like, this dude is on the regional scene going out and picking up guys and slamming them. Could he do that to Chikadze? Maybe. But Chikadze is someone, like, over the past couple fights, the dude has improved his submission defense a ton. He's improved his takedown defense a lot. And this was the same guy that got submitted by Austin Springer, I think, in like 2018. But you can definitely see the improvements of Giga Chikadze here. And I think these two are on a completely different level. If Jamie Simmons stands with Chikadze for like, any more than like 10 seconds, Chikadze is going to knock him out here.
Night.
Exactly. So 9,300. I'm going to play more Romanov, but I think Chikadze at 9,300 is not a bad look. It's just he hasn't really scored well in the past, but this is definitely a spot. Like, if you do not knock out Jamie Simmons, like, I really don't know what your upside is in the UFC for Giga Chikadze.
Yeah. Dude's elite striker. He got that giga kick that's straight to the liver. I mean, super fast striker. He knows he's good too. He got a little cocky his last time out, but hey, Mills, I got this, bro. Appreciate you though, bro. Fucking just totally just fucking got my train of thought. But yeah, no, he's a nice striker. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't done any tape study on this Jamie Cat yet. We'll dig more into it. If he comes out, if I see some tape study that he's coming out and he's like a D1 wrestler coming in, level change and chain grappling.
He was a D1 wrestler.
Oh shit. Okay, so you did some tape study, huh? Okay, yeah. So how does he look as far as, does he stick to his wrestling? Is he going to come out and stick to his wrestling, or is it one of them not really high fight IQ, but uses his wrestling some?
No, it looks like he doesn't have the cardio to really, push a lot of wrestling, but in a lot of first rounds, he's picking up guys and like slamming them. So his wrestling looks decent. I just don't know if he has the cardio to do that, and his striking's not all that impressive. He usually like takes these guys down, and they're really low level guys, by the way, and just grounds and pounds them really.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, as of right now, I'm going Giga, but if I go watch some stuff, you never know. But as far as right now, you talk about gas tank. I think Giga should have, even if he loses first round, he should be able to come on strong the last 2 rounds. Experience takes over, and he is 5-0 in his last 5, which Jamie's coming in 4-1 in his last 5. So not looking too bad himself. But as far as right now, the pick is Giga. And now, you guys, if you are in the San Antonio area and you are suffering from stress, anxiety, joint pain, visit Natural Heights at 1880 Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio, or call them at 2110-592-1060. That's right, baby. That's right. Y'all like how I got that shit memorized? I don't. It's scrolling at the bottom. You're welcome. So, and also, guys, if you want to check out the website, go to pubsportsradio.com. They got parlay calculators. They got blogs. They got merchandise, T-shirts with your boy's face on it. So if you want to support, go over there, check it out. You never know when you're going to see a Big Brady, a Big Brain shirt over there. So go support the brand. Go check out the brand. We got shows all week. So Monday Night Football on Monday, which we woke up, had about 2K views. So shout out to y'all. That's about the biggest football one we've done so far. Tuesday, you can find me and Brady here. Tuesday, you can find us here on Contender Series. Wednesday, you can find Millie Mills at Seconds Out. And you can find this week we got a Bellator card. So more than likely him and Guru are going to be breaking down that Bellator card tomorrow, right before Seconds Out. So check that out. Thursday, we got Bellator. Friday, we got Talking Hands. We got horse racing on Tuesdays and Thursdays with Razor. Saturdays, we got the party. That's the whole week leading up to the UFC event. So we go live from start to finish. And then Sunday, we got NFL week 9 picks and predictions with Connor Mack and the gang. So check them out. That's the schedule. Let's get on to this next fight, Big Brady. Next up, we got Claudia Gadelha coming in versus Jan. Say it, Brady.
Xiaonan.
You sexy little beast. Jan's coming in 8,300 versus Claudia Gadelha 7,900. What you think about it, Brady?
Yeah, so this is a really good fight here. Yan Xiaonan versus Claudia Gadelha. And it kind of seems like Gadelha, she's only 31, but it looks like she's on like a slight decline. You can see her like getting worse and worse as her career goes on. And what I don't like about Claudia as of late is she's not really going to her wrestling as much as she used to. Is it because she doesn't really have the gas tank to do it? I think that might be why, but you'll see her go out there and maybe get a takedown in the first round, like in the Angela Hill fight. And after that, like she didn't go for a takedown the rest of the fight. And I actually had a bet on Claudia Gadelha. I was yelling at the TV, like, take Angela Hill down. But lucky enough, like they gave the decision win to Claudia Gadelha. I thought that was one of the worst decisions all year. I thought Angela Hill clearly won the second round, clearly won the third. She even knocked down Claudia Gadelha in that second round there. So with her not going as much to her wrestling as of late, I really like Xiaonan Yan in this fight. And, you know, Yan is someone who is improving each and every fight. She's 31 years old, but she's getting better and better as her career goes on. Her takedown defense looks really solid. And what I like about Yan is she throws a ton of volume. You see it there, 6.72 significant strikes landed per minute compared to Gadelha's 3.4. And like I said, pretty solid takedown defense. Maybe Gadelha comes out here and gets a takedown. But after that, does she have the gas tank to keep that wrestling pace on someone like Yan, someone who's going to be throwing a ton of volume? I really don't think so. So I like Yan here, but I kind of like her more as a bet, and I haven't pulled the trigger yet. It looks like a lot of money is coming in on Gadelha. I don't really understand why, but as for DraftKings, I think I don't see Gadelha really scoring high. Maybe she gets a takedown, but other than that, I'll probably be more interested in the Yan at 8,300. First of all, it's women's MMA. This fight's going to be lower owned. And if she's throwing like 7 significant strikes per minute, it's going to add up. And she also throws with a ton of power, finishing about 40% of her fights. And Gadelha's never been knocked out, but she did get dropped by Angela Hill here. So would not be surprised if Yan was able to knock out Gadelha here. But give me Yan here, probably by decision. And at 8,300, I'll definitely have some shares.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down, big brain. I like Gadelha in the first round as a live betting situation because she's probably going to come out. She's going to try to get the takedown. She's going to be pressing forward, but the whole time she's going to be eating shots. She's going to be getting peppered, pop, 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 pop. She might be able to take one round of it and look decent. It's going to weigh on her. And how I know, and I'm sure this is kind of weighed too because of the JJ fights. I'm sure JJ probably put a lot of volume on her, but she also absorbs 4.5 strikes per minute. So not only is Yan coming out slinging that heat, slinging that meat, throwing 7 strikes a minute, we got somebody that absorbs a lot. So, so she's going to be eating it. Her face is going to be bloody. She is going to come in. She is going to try to get the takedown. Let's go over here. Claudia does average 3 takedowns, but you know what I mean? We got Jan's coming in 70% takedown defense. I think Claudia is on the decline, and I think Jan is an up-and-comer. She's 12-1, 5-0 in her last 5. And I think she's going to put that volume on her, just like you said, Brady. I think at 8,300, I think it's going to be a decision. So you gotta assume, 7 times 5 is 35. 35 times 3 is what, Brady? You the big brain.
35 times 105.
Boom, 105 significant strikes right there. So that's just on her strikes. If there's any grappling or anything like that, well, that's something you can just kind of put in. Like how I didn't plan that at all. That's just, hey, your boy's got 3/4 the brain that Brady does, but Brady's got a big one, so that makes mine big too, mother. You know what I'm saying? There you go, wham, bam, boom. So let's go check out real quick on my bookie and see how they're looking over there. So my bookie has Jan coming in the -135 favorite, and the comeback on Claudia Gadelha is +105. And so yeah, They got Claudia coming in just a slight dog, but I think Jan's gonna get that decision a faux show. We got 38 people in here. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking with us. If you could hit that like button, we would be highly appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification because we go live all week. Shout out to all the boys in the chat. I see y'all showing up, showing out. Skywalker, we got Millie Mills, we got Boston Nick, of course, coming through. Robot, Sky, Allie, what's up, Miss Allie? Kevin, Mystic Sosa in the building. We got Jimmy Gomez. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all could be anywhere right now. Y'all are here. It's election night, and y'all still rocking with us. So we love each and every one of y'all. So let's see here. Next fight we have a good one. We have Brendan Allen coming in 8,400 on DraftKings, facing Ian Heinisch coming in at 7,800 on DraftKings. What you think about this one, Brady?
Man, this is probably the toughest fight on the card to call. And Brendan Allen's someone who opened up like minus 150, and the line's a straight pick 'em right now. And I kind of agree with it. I think it's going to be a close fight. I do want to point out some physical advantages here for Brendan Allen. He's going to be 6'2". He's going to have a 3-inch height advantage. He's also going to have a 5-inch reach advantage here. And watching tape on Ian Heinisch, like the dude gets taken down a ton. He gets taken down a lot. And Brendan Allen, I think if he gets a takedown, he can definitely have some good cop control. And like this dude is really good on the mat. And the thing about Heinisch is, I think he's been submitted once, and it was by Marcus Perez in like 2017. But other than that, his submission defense looks pretty good. He does all the right things. But Allen is, an animal on the ground. So I do think this hits the mat at some point, and I do think it hits the mat early. It's just, is Heinisch going to survive that early onslaught that Allen's going to bring? Allen's going to try to finish the fight in the first round. Some concerns I do have is if Allen does not get that early finish, he slows down a lot. He slows down a lot, and so does Ian Heinisch, but Heinisch looks tired, but he's still pushing forward. He still looks like he's all there. Allen does slow down, so very close fight, coin flip. But I think on DraftKings, I think the more upside is with a guy like Brendan Allen, especially even at 8,400. This is a guy that in his wins, he scored 93 against Dawkins, which was a really close fight there, 93, 106 against Breeze, and he submitted Kevin Holland in the second round, a black belt in Kevin Holland there, 110 points there. And Heinisch I believe is a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu there. So that's kind of interesting to mention there. But Heinisch is someone who typically does not score well on DraftKings. 76 points in a win, 70 points in a win, 42 in a loss, 29 in a loss. His last fight against Gerald Mearshart, he went out there and knocked him out. 110 points there. That was his first UFC finish. I like Allen here for the upside. Will I bet it? I'm actually kind of tempted on taking a shot at Allen if it does get to dog money there. It's going to be a really close fight, though. But I'm going to pick Allen to win here. I think he has the more upside.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I like Allen. I think
me too.
Dog. He does absorb some shots. He has some scar tissue. He will bleed, but he walks forward. He does what he does, which is grapple. He will strike with you, but my man likes to grapple. And when he gets on top of you, he has real nice top control. He can get swept, but for the most part, nice top control. And that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Heinisch, they both do have gas tank issues. I am a little worried about that, just like you said. My question to you is this. You're the tape study guru. So I'm looking at this fabulous chart that you made, sponsored by DFS by the Numbers. Be sure to go check out Brady's channel as well. I'm sure you already know him, but if you don't, be sure to show the support there. So I'm looking at it here, and takedown defense for Ian Heinisch is 62%. So not just god-awful horrible, but not the best at all. But goes back to sample size. From the tape study that you see, are the people that taking them down like grapplers? And is it happening on a consistent basis? Or was this a sample size from one fight? He got taken down 4 or 5 times, which drops that percentage.
No, I mean, Amario Akhmedov took him down a couple times. I remember in the Antonio Carlos Jr. fight, Carlos Jr. took him down like 3 times in one round, something like that. But he is stuffing a lot, but he's also giving up a lot of takedowns. And I think if Allen gets him down just even once, I think he can definitely do some damage, maybe even find a submission there. But yeah, I think there's a big sample size there with that 62%.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, no. Well, if that's the case, then I mean I'm all over Brendan Allen. I don't know why I keep seeing it in my head, but what I keep seeing is a takedown into takedown into half guard. He's gonna end up in half guard. He's gonna slice, knee slice, boom, full mount. As he does, Ian's gonna just try to get up. Ian's not full of technique, guys. He's gonna try to get up, and when he throws that arm to get up, I see Brendan taking this arm here, boom, going under the head, taking this head, digging it under that arm, getting a nice little arm triangle, boys. And hey, Ian's tough. He just might make him go to sleep, boys. So my pick is Brendan Allen. I think he's a dog. I think he's going to bleed. But at even money, I'm not horrible at it because I'm pretty confident in Allen. I think he's a pretty good prospect. But I'm like Brady in the sense of I'm going to sit back. I'm going to wait on it. If I see tomorrow, if I see him going, shooting up some money coming in, then you might got to go ahead and get it before it gets out of control. But if I see it going towards dog money, then I'm gonna sit on and wait on it, and I will definitely place in a bet on Allen on straight up money line if it goes into dog territory. So yeah, guys. Hey, also, if you want to get jacked like Big Brady down there, he's so freaking big that he's got to wear a sweatshirt. And I'm not too bad myself. But if you want to do that, you can visit bulksupplements.com and enter promo code PubSports to get 5 to 10% off. That's right. That is bulksupplements.com. Enter promo code PubSports. So shout out to the chat. We love y'all. If you could, hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, that subscribe, all that goodness. Next fight up on the card, we got a banger, boys. We got Barcelos coming in 9,100 versus Khalid Taha 7,100 on DraftKings. What you think about this one, Brady?
Yeah, this is my pick for fight of the night here. I think this is going to be a very exciting fight. And I see a lot of love in the chat for Taha here at 7,100. I actually don't hate that. I think this is this line is a little crazy. Barcelos is like minus 360, which is a little insane there. I can kind of see why. The dude's an absolute beast, 35 years old though, and he has a clear path to victory. The clear path to victory is taking down Khalid Taha. Taha's takedown defense is not very great at all. But Barcelos is someone that goes out there and he likes to stand and bang with people. He does absorb 4.46 significant strikes per minute. And Taha, he hits really hard. The dude's a finisher. The dude's very dangerous. He's finished 86% of his wins. And yeah, I do think Taha's a live dog, especially at 7,100. I think Barcelos, if he wins, he'll probably score well also. And basically, I just think the winner of this fight is going to score really well. I think it's going to be probably one of the most exciting fights on the card. I'm going to go with Barcelos because I know he has a path to victory, and that is getting those takedowns. I think they'll come fairly easy if he goes for them. But if he stands and bangs with Khalid Taha, he could be, playing right into Taha's game there. So I will have a decent amount of both. I think Taha at 7,100 is a really decent pump play there, but the pick is going to be Barcelos. I'm probably going to leave it out of the parlays this week. If anything, I want to look at maybe the fight doesn't go to decision line or even the under 2.5, especially in the small cage. We saw it last week. I think all but 2 fights did not finish last week. I think there's going to be a lot of finishes this week, and I think this could be one of them here.
Yeah, hey, I'm right there with you. These boards are going to come out. These boards are going to bang. I'm sitting here looking. Okay, here we go. So the money line, Barcelos is coming in a big favorite, minus 355, and the comeback on Taha is plus 280 on mybookie.ag. So Taha comes in swinging bombs. Shorter guy, stocky guy, pretty decent combos, big power in his hands. From the stats that we're looking at here, from your handy dandy chart, Barcelos is coming in slanging heat, man. He slings almost 5 significant strikes per minute, and Taha about half of that, 2.64. So both swing at a 50% accuracy. So I mean, both these guys can't swing. Those numbers kind of make me nervous in the sense of that kind of tells me Barcelos, and I've seen it with my own eyes on tape studies, and I've seen every one of his fights in the UFC amongst with tons of tape study in the past. My man does get into, he gets into he goes to war. You know what I mean? Like He will stand and bang until he wants to take it to the ground, until he decides to, hey, it's enough of this. I'm taking it to the ground. And normally when he does, he's elite. So my man averages 4.79 significant strikes per minute, right? So that's impressive. You don't normally see this, boys. He lands 5 significant strikes per minute, but then also averages 2.31 takedowns per. Hey, so my man is elite anywhere. So, and then we have Taha only with the 63% takedown defense. So my man can get taken down. So I can see Barcelos coming out at first, testing the waters, getting in a little match. But if I know it and Brady knows it, you know it at home. What is Taha's option? What is his weapon? This bad boy right here. You know what I'm saying? A jab, big overhand. If I know it, Barcelos knows it. He's going to level change. He's going to take him down. Real nice ground and pound. I'm sure that's where a lot of his significant strikes come from, is elite ground and pound, nice elbows. I'm going Barcelos, probably finishing them inside the distance. I don't know how. I don't want to say, TKO, KO, or I don't want to say sub, because either one of those can happen. So just my prediction will be inside the distance. So what you think about that, Brady? If he's going to finish it one way, are you confident one way or another? Or would you, if you were to bet it, would you just bet inside the distance? How would you bet this one if you were going to bet it?
Yeah, I'd probably just take inside the distance. Probably guessing like a ground and pound victory late in the fight. But probably take the inside the distance line there to be safe.
Woo! We got dried, spicy, shredded squid in the building, dropping that $5 dono. Appreciate you, Squid. We love you, brother. Thanks for the entertainment this whole year. Think I've been tuning in every event I can. Dried, hey, we know you're we know you're here. Even if you're not here, you're here in spirit, Squid. So we love it. We appreciate that. If you want to do that, if you want to be like dried, spicy, shredded squid, I have to look at the damn name every time I say it, Squid, because it's like, that's a tongue twister. I think you did it on purpose, and I respect that. But if you want to be like him, we don't ask you to do anything. The only thing we ask you to do is hit that like, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're tuning in and supporting. But if you want to hit that super chat up, right where you comment, right there, boom, to the left and right, there's a $sign. You click that bad boy, super chat or super sticker, whatever you want to donate, a penny to whatever. It all goes back to the channel to pay talent, to pay just whatever. It all goes back to the channel. So, but the only thing we ask for, hit that like, hit that bell notification, and subscribe. We got TC in the building. What's up, TC? Michael Miller. We got the man himself, Jeff Slaughterhouse. El Jefe, thank you, dried spicy. Hey, I don't know. I'm just gonna start calling you Squid, bro. You're awesome, dude. Every dono helps keep our PSR crew going. That's right. You heard it right there from El Jefe's mouth. It all goes back to paying everybody on here. We appreciate you. Thomas Howard, Brady survived. He's alive. Hey, man, 2B22 again, boys. Are you 22 or 24? You're on mute.
22, my bad.
Okay, oh, it's all good, brother. Yeah, 2B22 again. So if you're enjoying the content, make sure you're subscribed and slide over. Brady, we'll take this little pause in the calls, let them know what you got going, and let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers. My prediction video and my DraftKings video got it out early on a Tuesday. You can go check that out on DFS by the numbers on YouTube. Going to be doing a live stream on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And after that, we have Talking Hands at around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time as well. And I do a betting breakdown on Saturday also.
That's right. Bangers, boys. You need to check it out. He be giving out them big hitters. Next up, boys, we got the co-main event. Tanner Boser coming in 8,900 on DraftKings versus Andrei Arlovski 7,300 on DraftKings. What you think about this one, Brady?
Yeah, Tanner Boser has been looking absolutely fantastic as of late. And Arlovski is 41 years old, so definitely towards the end of his career. And what I like about Tanner Boser, he's not your traditional heavyweight. This guy is out here throwing a ton of volume, averaging 4.54 significant strikes per minute, and his cardio is really good as well. He can go 15 minutes no problem at all. And I really like the leg kicks he throws. He throws really, really good leg kicks. And what I noticed about Arlovski, he's really heavy on that lead leg. I think those leg kicks will be there all day. And Arlovski's been knocked out in his career 12 times. 12 knockout losses in 48 fights. So I do think he's a little bit on the chinny side. His chin has been better as of late, but he still got knocked out. He still got knocked out a couple fights ago. And Tanner Boser, he's not really known to be a finisher, but the dude has 2 knockout wins in his last 2 fights there. So he's getting that finishing going as of late. 64% finish rate for Tanner Boser. And I think in the smaller cage, I think it's going to push the action a little bit more. And Boser has some power in his hands. I do think he's probably going to land a counter here and knock out Andrei Arlovski for the 13th time in his career at 8,900. I don't hate it. I don't hate it whatsoever. Obviously, you'd rather go up and get Romanov at 9,000. If you want to be a little bit different, I do think the ownership between Boser and Romanov will be a huge difference there. Boser going to be the lower owned out of the two. If you want to get a little bit different, you can go Boser. I think he's a fine play. I think he probably gets to knock out. I'm actually looking, out from a betting perspective. I think Boser by KO is like plus 300 and something. Last time I checked, so I might be looking at that as a prop. But the leans Boser, the fixed Boser, and I think Boser's a good parlay piece as well.
Brady, you slide dog. Were you looking at that handy-dandy chart and see me slide over to finish stats on Arlovski and highlight losses by KO 12? Did you just see me do that?
I saw you do it.
That's right, baby. So Andrei Arlovski has been KO 12 times, boys. Look at that. That is red. That means it's bad, boys. Yeah. CTE is in his future if it's not already set in. So how I feel about this fight is, okay, hold on. Before we do that, on mybookie.ag, let's check these lines, boys. Let's check these lines. We got Boser coming in a minus 280 favorite, and the comeback on Arlovski, the former heavyweight champion, is plus 220. So how I feel about as far as the matchup, Boser does what I love, and that's leg kick. Calf kick at that. Real low. Just boom, boom, spans it. So what we've seen Arlovski, he's kind of changed his fighting style in the sense of he likes to be the faster guy. He likes to be the guy on his toes. He likes to be the guy trying to cut angles. He's not really knocking anybody out. People think that his chin's gone, blah, 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 and he gets hit a couple times and he's trying to act like he's good, then he gets KO'd. You know what I'm saying? And that's normally he's the faster fighter. But Boser's right there on his level, if not better, because he's a younger version of that on the toes type fighter. He's on his toes. He's cutting angles. He's throwing leg kicks. He's throwing combos with leg kicks at the end. He doesn't really have to worry, which it's heavyweight, so he has to worry. But Boser has a good chin. He's got a good, strong beard, to help pad those punches that Arlovski's going to be hitting them with. So I think Boser by KO is a good look. I don't know if it's going to be early. I don't know if it's going to be late. As far as DraftKings, Brady, so you said at 8,900, you're not mad at it. Let's say at 150 lineups, what's a percentage that you're thinking about adding Boser?
I'd probably go like 25% around there because I'm gonna have a ton of Romanov. I'm gonna have a ton, like almost probably 100%. So, I think if you want to get a little bit different, get off of the Romanov chalk. I think Boser's a fine option. It's just you'd want him to get a knockout in the first round, probably even a couple knockdowns, because Romanov's gonna go out there and get takedowns, advances, a ton of significant strikes, and I think Romanov scored like 140 last time. So it's gonna be hard to compete with Romanov there.
That's right, boys. And if you're looking to bulk up, visit Bulk Supplements. Oh, I already hit that one, bro. Man, I thought I was smooth getting it. Okay, there it is. Oh, it popped it up, guys. When you got that on the ticker, that one threw me off. We're throwing through 2 promo codes in one. Built Bars. Go to builtbars.com. Use promo code PubSports for 20% off your first purchase. What, you need something eating on the go? Built Bars it is, boys. So let's see here. We have a main event. And before we get to it, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all in the chat, rocking with us. We got 38 of y'all, and we love each and every one of y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that bell notification, that subscribe button. We got shows all week, so you can catch us around the primetime times, 7, 8 o'clock, no matter where you are. Turn to Pub Sports Radio. There's probably going to be something live. And we're going to have content all week. So main event time. And I watched Brady's breakdown earlier. And if you haven't, check it out. They don't call him the big brain for no reason. So I'm kind of on him on this one, but I'll let him tell you where he's at. We got the main event, boys. Thiago Santos coming in 8,800 on DraftKings. Glover Teixeira coming in 7,400. What you think about this one, Brady?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this fight. And the problem with this fight that I'm having is there's a lot of question marks with this fight. Thiago Santos, someone who has taken a decent long layoff, about a year and a half, coming off that close decision with John Jones. And a lot of people thought that he actually beat John Jones in that fight. And you know what happened to the last person that people thought beat John Jones? Dominic Reyes got knocked out. And I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but with the injury concerns and the layoff, I know Glover Teixeira, he's 41 years old, but honestly, he's looking like some of the best he's ever had. Glover Teixeira has been looking really good. And as for, Teixeira on DraftKings, 7,400, you're getting a nice discount. He scored 139 DraftKings points his last fight against Anthony Smith. 79 points to win before that, 94 points against Ion Kudalaba, 107 before that. So he's more than capable of going out there and getting a really good DraftKings score, my bad. And other than that, like as far as the matchup goes, like of course, like Santos can go out there and knock him out. Teixeira, everybody says he's chinny. The dude's only been knocked out 3 times in 38 fights. Santos has been finished 4 times, 2 by sub, 2 by knockout in 28 fights. And something else I noticed about Thiago Santos, like going back throughout his career, he has some really, really sketchy losses on his record there. I mean, John Jones, no shame in that, but David Branch knocked him out in the first round. Eric Spicely submitted him in round 1, 2016. That is Eric Spicely. Eric Spicely submitted him. So Eric Spicely submitted Thiago Santos. It's insane. I just watched that fight. That was the last fight I watched too before I made my prediction video. Man, so I think Teixeira's live here, 41 years or not. And I was checking Teixeira's Instagram. Like the dude looks in the best shape he's ever been in. It looked like the dude almost has a 6-pack there. He looks in great shape. I'm going to take a shot on Teixeira, especially on DraftKings, 7,400. I think there's a ton of upside. If he's able to get Thiago Santos down, I think he's going to have so much success, whether it's finding a submission. And Teixeira has some of the best top control you'll see, very good ground and pound. And, factoring in the 1.5 year long layoff of Santos and a bunch of that layoff, like he was, probably resting because he's coming off of 2 really big injuries there. I'm going to take a shot on the dog here in Teixeira. Will I bet it? Maybe. I kind of want to see the weigh-ins. I want to see if Teixeira looks great on the scales, maybe I'll take a shot. And it looks like the line's getting wider and wider as the week goes on. A lot of money is coming in on Santos. Can Santos come out here and knock out Teixeira? Yeah, he could. But I do like Teixeira as a dog pick here. Santos on DraftKings, 8,800. It's a big price to pay, but if he does win, it's probably a knockout. I think Teixeira can get a knockout. I think he can get a submission. I can even see him winning a decision, but I don't think it's going to go that far. So probably going to be 100% owned on this fight. I might split it down the middle, 50% ownership between the two. Maybe a slight lean on Teixeira just because you're getting that salary savings there. But I think Teixeira is a live dog here in this fight.
Ooh, I like the sound of that, Brady. On mybookie.ag, we got Santos coming in a -245 favorite, and the comeback on Teixeira is +205. My opinion on this is there's just too many question marks on Santos, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how are his knees going to look coming back? He's coming fresh off knee surgery. Then you got the other side. You got Glover. You got Glover coming in. He does take a little bit of punishment. He does seem early rounds. He can get rocked. But what I like about Glover, when he gets rocked, he tries to go to his grappling. Like he tries to go to where he's good, or he gets in the boxing range and he tries to keep it high and tight. And he's not just going to cover up, shell up, and take it. And he's getting towards the end of his career. He needs to make a run. 41. He's 41, correct?
Yep, 41.
Yeah, 41. But my man is an elite grappler, especially at the 205 weight class. There's just too many question marks, and DraftKings. Yeah, I ain't mad at Santos. I like Glover in this fight, but I ain't mad at Santos on DraftKings because he can get that first round KO. You know, he's got that crazy power. He's got that capoeira. He's got them big kicks. He's just got big power. But I just see Glover closing the distance. When you close that distance, you stop those kicks. You stop the power on those kicks. I see him cutting the cage off. We're in the smaller cage, correct?
Yep, smaller cage.
Smaller cage. I see him just, cutting the cage off, level change him, getting him to the ground, maybe even seeing like a head and arm choke, something like that. Or we could see 5 rounds, of him taking him down. Maybe Santos wins a round, something like that. But I'm going Glover, probably by submission. But at that dog money, I'll just smash that line. We got the MMA prediction guru in the chat. Appreciate you rocking with us, Guru. He says got to go with Glover all day. Guru's been my homie for a while. I want to give a little fun fact on Guru. Guru is like a Glover. Is like he already knows. He's a Glover Nostradamus. He's great at picking Glover fights. He might be undefeated. Like he might be like 5-0 in his last 5, or ever since he's been keeping up with it. He's a beast at it. So if he's saying Glover and I'm thinking Glover and you're thinking Glover and we can lock him in at that dog money on DK and we get him at plus 205 on mybookie.ag, I think you got to go. He is the pick. We got Millie Mills. Millie Mills is on Glover as well. So I think Glover will be the play here for your boy.
That's what I like to hear.
Hey, when we're all on the same page, it gets a little spicy sometimes. We're on the same page. All I got to do is say, Brady, whatever you do this Saturday, if you grace us with your presence, don't be betting half bottle bets. All right, bro?
I got you.
Hey, no, I'm playing please do, because it makes it crazy. So, yeah, boys, that was UFC Vegas 13. We're back in the Apex. We're back in Vegas for the second week in a row. Glover versus the returning Thiago Santos. So are his knees going to hold up? We don't know, but that's your breakdown. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Brady. You can find him at DFS_numbers on Twitter. You can also find him on YouTube at DFS by the numbers. He breaks down NFL DFS style. He breaks down MMA DFS style. This dude even breaks down NASCAR, boys. Bunch of left turns. He knows who's going to win. Lock him up. Lock him loaded. He's almost at 8K subs, killing the game. Super glad he could come on. We could do this show together. It's going to be a great show. This is week 2. We appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Pub Sports Radio. Hey,